that hits home for you, please get that business started, get it rocking, like create the product, go out and sell. So I wanted to start this video off by talking about anybody that's looking to get started with a business, either leave their W-2, make some money on the side, whatever the case is. I wanted to start it off and I wanted to speak on a few different things. And I'm bringing this up because I've been doing a lot of these TikTok lives lately, and people will ask the question like, is 10K enough to start your own business? Is 100K enough to start your own business? And the truth is that, like, you don't actually need money to start a business. And people don't like to talk about it because it's much easier to just spend the money and lose it, right? But I think, like, if you start a service-based business, so something where you spend your time instead of your money, that is how you're going to find the most success possible. And the reason why, if you've never started a business before, why it's important that you start a service-based business is because you're going to fail. Business is all about failing, especially in the beginning, failing fast, hard, and often. Because if you're not failing, if you're not going out there and trying new things, then you're not actually growing. Over time, do businesses start to actually find that success, and you start to realize that it's not luck and it's skill. It's really difficult though when you're just getting started with your business to understand that, because you're like, oh, it's just any effort I put in. And it's like, no, no, no. It's many, many efforts. It's a lot of failing and then figuring it out on the back end. So I made this video just to talk about like what service-based businesses look like, talk about the fears of all these things, and I guess maybe to get started, like what even is a service-based business? So a service-based business is anything where, like I said, you spend your time instead of your money, but it's like you have the knowledge and the hustle to help solve someone else's problem because they have the money piece, right? That's the triangle: knowledge, hustle, money. And when you bring the two pieces of the triangle to them, and you're actively able to go and solve the issue that they have, that's how business works. Congratulations. But like, to give you an example of what actually a service-based business is think about like a marketing agency, a sales agency, maybe an operational growth agency, a consulting agency. It could also be anything like handyman, maybe exterior painting. I mean, my brother, over the last like 6 months, like I think he started in the spring and kind of towards the end of summer there in August, built a business where he made $180,000 in exterior paint jobs, where he had to do door knocking, made the sales, and then also performed on it and created and hired an entire team of people to do it as a part of like this college works internship. Like, how awesome is that? And guess what? It didn't cost him anything, because all he did was go out there and start getting the deals done, right? And so with any service-based business, the wonderful thing is you can actually go out and make the money first and then perform on it. I think it's a beautiful thing because I've never started a single business of my own. I've got a few different businesses. There's three that I really talk about mainly, but I've made money first with across all those businesses. I didn't wait to see if I could get office space for them. I didn't wait necessarily for the LLC. I didn't wait for all these different pieces. You are not a business or a business owner until you make the first sale. So, and that's probably another myth and disbelief, is like, well, how do I start a business? It's like, well, create the product, like, or like the service that like you're looking to sell, maybe undercut the market a little bit based on like what it is and what the market actually needs, like what problem are you solving, and then go and sell it. You're a business owner when you make the first sale. And so, like, by creating a service-based business, this is truly how you guys are going to go out and find success. This is not something where it's like a luck over time thing. It's a failure until you stop being lucky. Because you might find some luck, and you might, even a blind squirrel catch or finds a nut, right? Is the whole thing. But like, that's kind of you guys too. But you have to be consistently looking for those nuts in order to actually build up into the thing that you're looking at doing, right? It doesn't just happen for you. And it didn't just happen for me either. Now, service-based business, the piece about it is that it's not likely that you'll get your head chopped off when you're actually like helping people with their problem. So like, if you start a marketing business, the best piece about it is that you're actively trying to help other people make more money in their business. That's what marketing is all about. When you go out and you start selling to those people, you're saying that to them, say, hey, I'll help you get more leads, I'll help you get more revenue. Start listening to the feedback that they're giving you. Like, what do you care about most? Because the true way to become wealthy through like a service-based business or building a business is helping other people achieve their goals and dreams. If you do that, the wealth, the money, all of that is just a side effect. All of that is going to be the piece that like just comes as a result of helping other people. So in order to help yourself, you have to help others first. And so as soon as you guys kind of can understand that concept and really nail it in deep, like that's it. It's really almost like it's pretty boring. Like you become an expert in a business, you build that business, and then you help other people achieve the things that they want to do. Like it's pretty cut and dry, right? And so when you guys are looking at getting started with a business, like I said, it is just creating the product or the service that you guys want to sell. So like say for the marketing business, it's a retainer. Say it's like $800 a month. You have a retainer. Now go sell it. And once you have your first sale, you are now a business. And then continue to do it again and again. It's not the how piece is not necessarily important. You guys can find and figure that out. But what I would say is like go out to like meetups. So like if you're a marketing business and you're interested in real estate, go to real estate meetups. Go find people who have businesses who are trying to actively grow it. It shouldn't be that hard of a conversation where the problem you have to solve is building someone else's revenue. Awesome. I love it. And even if you guys don't feel super confident, like, oh, but I don't really know anything about marketing, that doesn't matter. Because the thing is, once you get the first sale, your life becomes marketing. Your life entirely becomes how do I solve this problem for this person? And be upfront, be open and honest. Say, hey, I'm newer to this, so I'm going to give you a better deal. And what they get on the back end is they get a discounted service, and they're getting 100% of your time as their client. And as you grow, that's kind of the trouble that starts happening is like, well, as you grow, it's not going to be easy to put as much time in, but you can get more per customer, you can charge more, but that's down the road. Right now, you just need to actually provide value first. Don't think about scaling. Don't think about what comes next. Just think about each piece in the moment because you're going to gain expertise over time. You're going to build this awesome empire in business, but there has to be somebody who becomes your first client. And it's incredibly important that like you get your first client and you continue to build and get feedback from them. Having a fast feedback loop on your business is going to be important because what they're going to say is, and what they're going to try to do to you too is like, well, can you do this and this and this and this? And you kind of have to realize where the boundaries of this business are. Because I recently talked to a guy that has a marketing business and he's like, yeah, they want me to do Pinterest and TikTok and all these different things. And it's like, no, just stick to Meta or just stick to Google, whatever that piece is, but like stick to one of those pieces and sell that one piece because you do eventually want to make it scalable. But in order to actually have a successful service-based business, you need to go deep. It's going to be incredibly important that you go deep in order to go far. I say all this because there's so many limiting beliefs around like what actually having a business is like and how you should get started. And the truth is you don't need credit cards. You don't need to take the $10,000 or the $100,000 that you have and lose it. Because that's what's going to happen. You'll lose it right away. You'll find ways to spend it. You'll find ways to throw it away. And until you become a more tenured business person, businessman, businesswoman, like until you become more tenured and have more experience in the game, don't start just spending money right out the gate because everybody's going to try and get you to do that. And the truth is you don't need to spend any money. You just need to spend your time. And so if that hits home for you, please get that business started, get it rocking, like create the product, go out and sell. There's a really cool book called Ready, Fire, Aim, and you guys should buy it because if it's something that can help you to actually just realize and get around this concept of that it's not going to be perfect, and if you can get around the concept that you need to take imperfect action forward, that you need to fall on your face, like that's the expectation of what this is. If you guys want to find success, you're going to fail. Like, but that doesn't mean you're going to fail forever. And so I think it's really important that like we keep that top of mind that like if you're going to fail, it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's our culture just doesn't allow for it enough. And so that's why like the entrepreneurial path seems so disheartening to so many people, but it's like if you have the permission to fail, which if you need it from me, I'll give it. Feel free to fail. Like it's the fastest way to grow. If you take action, it's going to be much better than you sitting around having analysis paralysis, thinking about a business that could be and never is. Because all you ever do is think about it, talk yourself out of it, think about it, talk yourself out of it. Like, it's not conducive to you or like the things that you're trying to grow and actively build in your life. So, hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you guys get some value out of this. Obviously, I'm just speaking from my own experience, because if I can help you avoid pitfalls, that's going to be the number one thing that I want to do. It's not an easy life. Like, there is no such thing as a passive business where you can just sit back and everything just happens for you. But don't be afraid of putting in the work. Don't be afraid of really just getting after it and putting that time in. So, until next time, we'll talk soon.